Hey everyone, I'm Jack. As always, welcome back to this week's college planning tip of the week. With me is Nancy Steenson of Steenson College Coaching. So this week, Nancy, I want to talk about other ways students can add to their application. So, is it important for students to show their interest to the colleges that they're thinking about applying to?
Yes, actually, it can be. So that's something that we call demonstrated interest. And it's basically how students can sort of show the love to the colleges they're applying to. Um, Students can just fill out the application, send it off, and keep their fingers crossed. And frankly, with the most elite schools in this country, that's all you need to do. They don't care how much you want to come. They don't care how many times you visited, and they don't care how many emails you send professing your love for this school, because it just doesn't matter to them. And we're talking about the Ivy Leagues and Boston College and Stanford and Duke. But for the vast majority of colleges in this country, they do measure what we call demonstrated interest. They do look at which students seem to really be interested in this school and which students are not. So remember that when students are applying to college, let's say for the sake of argument, a college gets 10,000 applications. And let's say they accept 5,000 students. And I'm going to keep the numbers real simple because math is not my thing. So they accept 5,000 students. And let's say that 500 of those students decide to attend. That's a 10% yield. 10% of the accepted students have decided to attend the university. Now, yield is a number that most people don't think of, but it is a number that admissions deans brag about on the golf course. It is a number that affects their S&P rating. This is important. Colleges know what their average yield is from year to year, and they don't like to see that number drop. If anything, they want to drive that number up. So if a college's annual yield is about 25%, they don't want it to come out at 19% the next year. They're always very cognizant of the fact that they want to accept students who are willing to come. They don't want to waste their offers on students who have no intention of coming. And some colleges play this game much more than others. But bottom line, it's always important for students to show their interest. I have seen students get into top tier schools and get rejected from their safety school because they thought it's a slam dunk for me. That safety school is a great school for a lot of students, and they don't want to waste an offer on someone they know has no intention of coming. So demonstrated interest is a game we play. It's very important for students to show their interest. And, in previous years, that would mean visiting campus. That would mean going to a college fair and filling out the postcard at the booth. That would mean following up with that rep with a thank you email and nice to meet you. And that would mean meeting with the college reps when they visit your high school and, and coming during lunch to meet with them.
Those are great tips, but how has this changed given the pandemic?
Well, that's a great question. So our whole lives are online right now, and colleges have pivoted as well. Once the pandemic hit, most colleges did a pretty good job of offering their virtual tours, which are sort of canned, but they're there to watch when you'd like. They know who's watching them. They have started to offer wonderful online admission presentations. Many of them have admission presentations geared for certain majors like nursing or engineering or education. Many of them have roundtable discussions you can sign up for. Some of them went back to interviewing when they didn't interview in recent years. So these are all opportunities that students have to engage virtually, and they track this. They track this. Furthermore, you can ask any high school student and they'll tell you how many emails they get from colleges, right? Guess what? They know who's opening those emails. They know if you click on the link in the emails, and then they know how much time you spend on the website that the link brings you to. I don't want to know how they know, but they do know, and they pay enrollment management people a whole lot of money to manage this and to tell them which kids are engaged and which kids are not. and this affects admissions decisions. So I tell my students, engage virtually. Visit the websites, open the emails, click on the links because it matters. Follow them on Facebook, on Twitter, on whatever social media account that you follow. Because if that's your dream school, even if you have great scores, great grades, great recommendations, if you really should never show them any love, they could pass on you and accept someone who they think will come.
It's funny. So if you don't show them love, they may not show you love by accepting. So those
Exactly.
are great tips. Thanks so much for that information today. Hope everyone stays safe. And thanks as always to Nancy. Stay tuned next time when we have another college planning tip of the week.
Thanks, Jack.